Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with BonnieBabeCrochet.com, and I want to welcome you to Friday Fun. And we have a lot of great things. Let me get settled here. Sorry about that. A lot of wonderful things to celebrate. Let me go ahead and get this booted up here. Always takes me a minute to get everything all lined up once I go live. All right, let me go ahead and mute my computer so that I don't hear myself talking back. And just waiting. Okay, thank you for being patient as I get all set here. And let's do that. Oh, there are a lot of people in the group chat already. Let me go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see. J Hook Crochet and More. Okay, so what time does this start? This starts at 12 noon. Great question. Let's see. Deborah, say hello from Tennessee. Thank you for your encouraging words. And yeah, we are broadcasting 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So with all the time changes and everything, I wish I knew how to better tell you how to calculate that, but yeah, it's kind of tricky. Kind of wish we'd leave the clock alone, but you know, I'm not in charge of the world, so we have to change every so often. Good morning, Frances. So great to see you in our group chat all the way from New Zealand. She gets up at 6 a.m. for this. Is that like devotion or what? I'm humbled, Frances, that you would do that. And J Hook Crochet and More, they are in Germany. Oh my goodness, that's a long ways away. I wish I could tell you how many hours difference that is, but well, hold on one second, guys. My heat just kicked in here and it's very loud. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'll be right back. Okay, back again. I've got plenty of ponchos and other things I could certainly throw on here and not have to worry too much about getting too cold. All right. We have, is it Uschi, if I'm saying that right, from Germany. Also, welcome to the group chat. Thank you for coming to Friday Fun Live. And Laura from Ohio. And Carla. Welcome. And let me see. Oh, we have a lot of people coming in. And Kathy Breyer. Sorry about the ads there, but that helps me a lot. Let's see. And Carol from Florida. Welcome. Please send some of that sunshine up here. We could use some. And pardon my dryer just going off in the background. You can probably tell I have a Samsung listening to the song. Is it Racine? And Archer and Ace from Ohio. Welcome everybody. Wanda from Georgia. Good to have you back. Deb Sky from Toronto. Wow, this is like a geography lesson again. Julie from Kentucky. Linda all the way from Maine. Stay warm up there, Linda. And Laura and Jan from Illinois. Let's see. Wow, a lot of people. Got someone from Auburn, Indiana. Chris from Fargo, North Dakota. Hey, Wanda Wyatt, my friend, how you doing? Laura from Georgia, Kim from Dallas, Texas, Daisy from New Mexico. Wow, you're down there with the Good Loops people there. Stephanie and all. I think Stephanie is in New Mexico somewhere, so maybe you guys are neighbors. See if she has some yarn for you. So let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to let that go. Okay, then Teresa from South Africa, Donna from Virginia Beach, Creatively Tracy from Hanover, Pennsylvania. You guys have some great factories there. I remember touring Hanover, Pennsylvania when I was homeschooling my kids. They have a pretzel factory there. I think it's Utz is there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And there is another one too. We had a blast learning how they make pretzels and all kinds of fun snacks. And, you know, for kids, that was a pretty big deal. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just jump in and just say thank you for joining me today. This week we passed 80,000 subscribers. I mean, that's just kind of mind boggling for me. I know there are a lot of other creators out there on YouTube who have, subscribers in the millions. I'm not even thinking that, but when I think 80,000 people, I think, wow, that's like Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina, where the Carolina Gamecocks would play, where I went to school. That's like a stadium full of people. That's a lot of people with hooks and yarns. Of course, we're probably not all here at the same time, but that to me, that's very humbling. And because of you guys participating with what I'm doing online, and through my books and so forth, you're allowing me to be a full-time designer. So I just want to be, you know, in the spirit of this Thanksgiving week as we, head towards the holidays. I've been thinking a lot about the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. And by the way, there is a link that I'm going to add. If I haven't put it in there yet, I'm going to add it later today after the broadcast from Ligonier Ministries. It's just one that my son sent me this morning. It's just a wonderful reminder of the foundation of where this Thanksgiving comes from. We celebrate this here in the U.S., but there are many countries around the world that have no such holiday or celebration. And for me, it's just a wonderful opportunity to just stop for a little bit and just to think back on the year and remember all that we've been given, and to remember the source of that too. And hint, hint, it's not from within us, okay? I believe in my faith in God that it comes from Him, from His hand. And I mean, I know it does. But that's just where I am. That's just where I walk, in life. And it's just a great holiday to just kind of look back on the year. But in saying that, I just want to, thank you guys for making this possible for me. Because if you didn't show up or show any interest in what I do, there'd be no point in doing it. So just hear my heart. Just thank you. And to celebrate, we are going to have some giveaways. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the possibilities here, because I'm going to pick 2 people. This is going to be at random. Becky is going to give me some don't send me any numbers or anything, okay? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is respond once we select a couple people. All you need to do to be eligible is to participate in the live chat for 2. There are many people who are not able to watch this live, and so I'm going to do this again once the live finishes. From now until about 8 o'clock this evening, I'm going to allow people to weigh in with comments below. And if they do that, they are also eligible. So there'll be 2 more given after the live chat as well. Well, what am I going to be giving away? There is some interest in that on Facebook. Well, this is where I'm going to let you choose what you want. Okay, so the 2 people get to choose a book from any of my publications that I have here on hand. The possibilities are, this is my first full-size book. I know the title of it, but sometimes, look, Contemporary Celtic Crochet. It says 24 designs, and this is still probably my personal favorite. It has lots of pictures of, let me see if I can get to one quickly. Of course, nothing is fast when you're trying to be fast about it. But, okay. All right, so I'm not doing this very fast. It has some pictures of a trip that I took by tagging along with one of my husband's business trips to Ireland back in 2012. And that was actually the inspiration for even writing a full-size book. After being there, I was like, I've got to have a book that has pictures of the place that inspired all these cables. This is another possibility. If you're one of the winners, you can pick Celtic Cable Crochet. This is the Interweave publication. I also have booklets. I'll be willing to do 2 of these for the prize. This is textured super scarves and cabled baby blankets. That would be a pairing if you're interested in those. I have super scarves. This is the Leisure Arts publication. And caps, cowls, and mitts. So there are 3 sets of those in that publication. This is a more recent one, Self-Striping Projects to Crochet. Has many, many different things in here, not just cables, but you know, other easy repeat patterns as well. This was one of my very first publications ever, but it has a lot of hat and scarf patterns. I know I'm taking a lot of time with this, but I want you to know what you have to choose from. I have Aran Afghans. This was my absolute first publication. And as a side, and there are like 5 Afghans in here. As a side note, these are no longer available in hard print form. Okay, I have, I think, the last remaining copies in the world. And for whatever reason, they're no longer publishing these, no longer printing them. You can get the digital download, but I do have hard copies, and I will be happy to sign and send to the winners. And of course, you've seen this one. This is the newest, the Easy Beginner Baby Blankets to Crochet. And these are also the ones that match the videos that are already online, but with the written pattern, you got everything there. And of course, Cable Crochet Made Easy. Real happy to share those. So just if you've already commented in the chat, you're already entered. Becky randomly picked some numbers in her head before the chat began. And so however these comments came in whichever order, that's how we're going to determine that. So that neither of us are really choosing, because quite honestly, it'd be so hard to choose a winner with you guys. Like I've said before, I'd want to send everybody something, but then again, I'd have to probably sell my house to do that. So I'm not going to do that right now. So anyway, let me see what else we have on my list. If I can say this without crying. Thank you guys. Last week, for those of you who were in the live chat, Bobby, I don't know if Bobby has posted yet today. I haven't been able to keep up with all of the comments, and I'm really hoping that the comments are, anyway, Becky is actually supervising as best she can from a doctor's office right now. So I'm really hoping that if anybody's got a bad attitude, that they've left it at home or they're not tuning in today. So my bouncer is kind of a little bit incapacitated, although she's there, but she's working with a weaker Wi-Fi right now. So she's doing double duty for us. Let me just check real quick. Okay, I haven't seen Bobby weigh in yet, but last week he shared some serious struggles that he's having in life. And it's kind of went by as I was talking about some other things, but after the chat, after our lifetime was over, I always go over all the comments afterwards, and was really blessed. I was overwhelmed, actually, because you guys kicked in, and right away I saw these amazing, encouraging comments directed towards our friend that you don't even know personally, but just through the chat. But just to see you, you know, encouraging him and saying, I'm going to pray for you. And I think that was just amazing. So I just thank you for that. I'm just so blessed that there's a lot more going on here than just crochet hooks and yarn. You know, the relationships that I see you all tuning in before I even come on, checking in with each other, how you doing. I mean, that's just amazing to me. I'm a little new, I guess, to this whole live format. So and the more I do it, the more I love it. I really do look forward to this. So let me just check just real quick here. I see Becky is weighing in. She can't hear me, but she's watching. She's helping me out here. All right. So we will give you the names that we pick at the end, or within about 10 minutes or so. I'll go ahead and announce that. But getting ready for, you know, a lot of you are thinking of the holidays. I just wanted to remind you that I do have that video on my channel. If you go to my homepage, you'll see it. That has suggestions for gift ideas if you're still looking for gift ideas for the holidays. I know we're getting down to crunch time here if you are going to be blessing people with the work of your hands. So I wanted to offer some quickie ideas that crochet fast. The mug hug idea will be coming out in about on I guess December 2nd. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. It's in about a week and a half. But on Monday, the hat. I think I showed this. The woven stitch hat and scarf. I think I showed this to you last week. That is coming out on Monday. I have the premiere set up already on my channel. So if my alarm clock works, I will be there on Monday. Actually, if my family doesn't have me too busy, I will be there trying to be able to greet you in the premiere for about 30 minutes or so on at 9 in the morning. If those of you are not too busy at work. Anyway, this is coming. It has the matching scarf. The week after that will be the mug, his and her mug hugs that we talked about last week. I decided to push that back a little bit because that's something you can just whip up together in, I don't know, half an hour or so, depending on your skill level. But let me see. I do have something else coming. It's not a super quick project, but it is an easy project. You can see it here behind me. This was so much fun to make. I'm calling this the Easy Beginners Flowy Shrug because of just the way this flows in the front. Now I have to warn you that the yarn that I got, I picked up in one of those big bins at AC Moore of the discontinued yarn. Actually, I think I got the yarn last year, but they still have some at some AC Moore's more stores. But if you cannot find this kind of yarn, don't despair. There are a lot of great yarn substitutes. This one happens to have, I don't know if you probably can't see it in the video, but there are a lot of sequins that reflect. You maybe can kind of see it. It's hard. These things don't show up very well in photographs. That they're better live in person. But there are substitutes that I am recommending. King Cole makes a substitute. There are a lot of sequence style yarn available online, but the good news is you don't even have to use sequence type yarn. I did use a DK weight, DK meaning double knitting, which probably it's another word for it's slightly thinner than worsted weight. Okay, it's one of those words that you just kind of have to learn and see it firsthand so that you understand the weight. Okay, so that is going to be coming December 9th. And I will have a pattern up in my Lovecraft store. The pattern, oh yeah, the pattern to this, I have the link already in the video description below. It's from Yarnspirations. As you know, Yarnspirations purchased Red Heart Yarn Company. So I originally designed this for Red Heart Yarns, but it's on the Yarnspiration site. The link is in the video description right below. So let's see. What else do we have on the agenda? Oh. Really, really exciting news. I wanted to wait until I had confirmation. And I am actually going to be signing the contract today to be teaching out at Yarn Fest this April. It's actually April 29th and 30th. Are the 2 days I'll be teaching, and this is out in Loveland, Colorado. So any of you all near Loveland, Colorado, I've never been there personally. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Have been to Denver and to through the Rocky Mountains on the last trip that I had with my publisher out there. Absolutely loved it. Really, really, really looking forward. Hold on a second. Okay. My daughter is communicating to me through a text. So anyway, I'm really, really excited. I'm going to be teaching 3 classes out there. I'm going to be teaching an I Love Cables class. And this is going to be a really, really, really fun class. It's 3 hours long. And if you've ever wanted to have a crash course in learning how to do cabling, this would be it. Because, a lot of times we intend to learn something. And, I can always look that up later, but then we never do. I can learn how to speak Spanish or German or whatever. I can just watch these videos, right? But then we never ever do it. Well, that's the great thing about classes is that you come, You bring yarn from your stash, you bring your crochet hook set, and then you come, and for 3 hours, we go through cable style after cable style after cable style. And I promise you, if you come to my classes, this is something a lot of people don't know. I take breaks in between every hour, and we stand up, and I make you all feel silly. I bring my guitar and we sing a song or two about crocheting. We stand up, we refocus our eyes so that we don't go blind, looking down for 3 hours, and we move around so that we don't get a blood clot from sitting so much, and we have fun. We refocus, and then we get back to work again. And I just find that taking breaks like that, just is just healthy, and it's fun, and that's just something I like to do. If you ever come to one of my live classes, um, another class I'm going to be teaching, this will be on, see, the I Love Cables class is on the 29th, which is, I believe it's a Wednesday, and the 29th of April. And then on later, actually the first class I'm going to be teaching on the 29th is my first time teaching it. I'm really excited about this. It's called Beginning Knitting for Crocheters. And what I do is I show you how you can learn how to do the 2 stitches in knitting, which is the knit and the purl, but it's using the continental style of knitting, and you don't have to understand what that means. All you need to know is that the same yarn hold that you're used to holding in your non-dominant hand is essentially the exact same thing you're going to be doing when you're knitting with the continental style. You're not going to have to throw yarn or do any of that stuff you see these people doing using the traditional style or the English style of knitting. This is a faster way to learn how to knit, and it transfers to, it's like, let's say you own a Toyota, and then you learn how to drive a Toyota, and then let's say you get into a Chevrolet. Really, there's very little difference, but you have to learn a couple things, where the turn signals, and stuff like that. But to me, going from crochet to continental knitting was like just driving a different car. I mean, there's so many things that are similar. I was just like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? But anyway, I'm going to be teaching that class. It's a 3-hour class on April 29th in Loveland, Colorado at Yarn Fest. And I'm also going to be teaching a class on the 30th called Big and Bold Cables. And these are not videos that are on my channel, by the way. These are some of the, have to do with some of the designs that I have done for my Cable Crochet Made Easy book. And there's actually some new cables that I'm in the process of designing now that haven't come out yet, with some of the designs that I have in top secret boxes around my house here. And they'll be coming out at some point, but they will be included in the class. And that's also a 3-hour class. Let's see, what else was I going to, I was going to say something else about the classes. But anyway, the information, as soon as I get the posting for signups, I will let you know. Of course, right now we're in the signing of the contract phase, and once all the teachers are signed on, then they'll be opening these up for signing up online. The class is limited to 20 chairs or 20 students per class. So it's a first come, first serve. Once the classes fill up, and I hope they fill up, they'll be done. So if you're interested, stay tuned to my channel, and I will give you, you will have the information as soon as I get it. Okay, so as soon as I get the links for signing up, I'm going to feed it all to you. And I would just love to see some of you there. Would love to meet you. I'm going to be traveling by myself, which is going to be weird, across country, and my husband's got to stay here because work-related items, but really looking forward to that. Well, I have talked enough. It is 12:24, and Becky is going to email me some names. Becky, I need 2 names. Let me tell her this. All right, so All right, so I'm waiting for her to communicate back to me. She's going to tell me which ones. Golly, you guys have so many sweet comments. I'm so sorry I can't call out everybody's name right now, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, all right, so we have the two winners, Breanne Morana and Michele Wiley. I hope you're still watching, because I will post these names in the video description below once I'm done. But this is what you need to do, Brianna and Michele. If you would just send me an email to bonniebay@me.com. Let me have Becky do that. So Becky's going to put that email in the chat, although the email is in the listing below already. So if you two ladies could please send me an email, and all you got to do is tell me what you want, and I need a mailing address. I should have said this beforehand. I hope you're U.S. residents. If you're not U.S. residents, I can send a digital download of Cable Crochet Made Easy. Let me show you. And this, again, this is just because shipping overseas is prohibitive. I mean, it's just so expensive. I can, if you're from outside the U.S. and Canada, I can ship to Canada, but U.S., outside the U.S., I can send a digital download of this book or this book. You just need to let me know. So let's see. I hope you ladies are still there. Well, if your name is not Brianna or Michele, there is a second opportunity to win. I'm going to select two winners from, I will have them posted by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Once the chat is over, people usually comment in the regular comment section. I'm going to pick two winners from there, and when I do, I can respond to them. I can respond to you directly in that chat, but I can't in the live one, unfortunately. So once I post those no later than 8 p.m. tonight, then anyway, those are two more opportunities to win. And again, any book you want, I will be happy. You know, if I've got it on hand, and I showed you the ones that I have on hand, I'll be thrilled to send those to you. Okay. Let's see, we have 2 more minutes here. I wanted to read a psalm, just a couple of verses from Psalm 9. And this is, again, to get our hearts ready going into the, the holiday season. We have so much to be thankful for. And I was actually reading the article that I told you about, that I will post the link below, by Ligonier Ministries, just going back to the first pilgrims who came here. And, they came over on a boat. And when I was teaching my kids, or actually we were learning together, because there was a lot that I learned through the homeschool experience that I never got in school. And particularly with the way the ships came over, or the Mayflower, there were actually supposed to be 2 ships. And I forget the name of the other one right off, but they had so many problems with these ships leaking. And that's a problem. If you're on the high seas for months, that's a problem. Anyway, so they ended up being in port trying to fix this other ship for so long that they basically gave up, and they had all these extra people from the other ship joined the Mayflower. So they had way too many people probably on this ship when they came over, but they did make it. But because of their time crunch and leaving much later than they had intended, they got here, as you know, to Plymouth Rock in Massachusetts. And if anyone's ever been spent the winter in Massachusetts like I have, it's downright cold. And you think about what these people went through. But half of them didn't make it through the winter. Half of them died. I mean, they had such adversity to deal with. And it's just interesting how adversity brings out, the thankfulness in our hearts because it makes us focus on what we do have. And this has been a hard year for us. We've lost a lot. In some ways, we've gained a lot too. But we lost mom this year. It's been a tough year. but we look back and we just see God's hand in it in such amazing ways. And wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't. So just like I say, it's just a good time to stop and think, because it's not the time, when we're in times, I know I'm stumbling over my words, I'm sorry, but when we're in times of extreme prosperity, a lot of times we're tempted to think that we did this, it's because of us, oh, we're so great. And that's just not it at all. I mean, that's just not the picture. But so anyway, I'm just giving thanks even for this season that we've gone through, because it has really helped us to stop and to think what's really, really important and what really doesn't matter. Well, anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll read this. This is Psalm 9, the first two verses. It says, I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all of your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exalt in you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High. So that's where I want to be. And, I hope that this Thanksgiving, that's where you find yourself too, just in a place of giving thanks for all the amazing things that we are blessed with. And anyway, on that note, I'm just going to say, God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Travel safely. Don't be in too much of a hurry on I-95, because I know everybody else is going to be. And Lord willing, I will see you next Friday. God bless. Bye-bye.